All right, let's test this out and see if this is gonna work now. All right, we'll wait a few minutes, see if anyone pops on here. La, la, la. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, and there's the, it's working now. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what the heck happened. Hi, everyone. Okay, Instagram is so annoying. Okay, I'm handing it back over to Danielle. Yay, hi, everyone. Okay, sorry about that. The issue was I didn't put my airplane mode on, and then I just had to restart my phone after that because then it just was all messed up. Yay, hi, everyone's tuning back in. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. All right, here we go. So let's turn this back around. We have Danielle here. Everyone say hi, Danielle.
Hey, guys.
All right, so share questions. We're gonna do this now, officially, okay? Take a nice big swig. We're gonna get through it, okay? All right. Technical difficulties. All right, is everyone good? Everyone's happy? Good. Let's do this. Meal prep number 8, get your PDF. Let's bang this out. All right, starting with the chicken. Here we go. So first thing we're gonna do, let's first do our onions. So I have 4 onions here. Is everyone ready? Get right into it? Yeah. Beautiful. All right, if anybody ever needs me to slow down at any point, let me know. As you guys saw, I did some pre-prep a little bit earlier on my Instagram, so you guys can kind of get a little bit ahead. So certain things that you could do to get ahead for these meal preps, if this is your first time, you can always pre-wash your vegetables, which is what I always do. You could always pre-cut certain things. So totally your call. Those things are optional to do, but it does help you get ahead, especially if you're a little bit of a slower cutter. It's a really easy, quick way to get one step ahead. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm taking my purple onions or red onions, whichever you call it. I just recently realized that there are 2 different names for it when I was like writing up one of the PDFs. Someplace I was writing purple, someplace I was writing red, and I was like, wait, what the heck is it? But apparently Amazon Prime now calls it red onions. So I feel like that's more common. So I'm just cutting these into just little like wedges. I like to keep them pretty whole. Let me cut this one more time. Especially because I'm using 2 smaller chickens. We have the Spatchcock chickens. I have 2 of those on 1 baking sheet, or you could do 2 baking sheets if you have bigger chickens. Totally your call. But I have this nice big baking sheet, and I could fit a lot on here. I've linked these in my highlights in my feed, so you guys could shop this pan because it's literally my favorite pan. I roast a ton on here.
Dean,
yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will you ever do a pre-video demo of how to spatchcock a chicken?
Ooh, good question. You know, I really should do that. I always try to do it beforehand just so that it saves time, but that's a really good idea. Maybe I'll do like a demo video and like put it on YouTube, or maybe like on IGTV on how to actually do that. It sounds a little scarier than it is. I know a bunch of you like tackled it for the first time and you were like, oh my God, that was amazing. I just spatchcocked my own chicken. I feel like such a rock star. Once you get it, it's really fun to do, and it's super simple because you're just cutting on either side of that backbone and then just separating it and like splitting it open like this. But whenever you can have your butcher do it for you, it's just easier. It just makes it lay flat. They call it butterflying a chicken. So you can just ask for it butterflied or buy it home and do it at home. It's just one more little step. But yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm definitely gonna take a little video and put that on IGTV. Oh, I'm wearing contacts tonight and I'm already dying from the onions. Normally, I don't cry from onions with contacts. So to all those who are not wearing contacts, I apologize. Question?
Yes, the promo code, did it change?
Okay, yes, so the promo code, for some reason, I don't know why that promo code isn't working anymore because I didn't put a max number to it. But if you're still looking to subscribe and want a promo code that works, there's another one that works. You could do save 20 and the % sign. All right, so save 20 and the % sign, and that gives you 20% off. I'm not sure what happened with the promo code.
I'll put it here in the comments.
Perfect, yeah, awesome. So you guys can definitely still get that promo code. We're going until Tuesday, I think morning, it's set to expire. So definitely get in on it. We have about like 80 people at this point that have taken advantage of that code. So you guys are awesome. Huge welcome to all the newbies here. It's so exciting that you guys are all looking forward to a calm week and a more calm lifestyle, because this actually is a solution. Like, it really changes my entire week. So even though it's a little bit stressful getting everything together on a Sunday, I know it's not easy. Trust me, I have 2 kids and we also have like busy weekends, and this weekend especially, no amount of coffee woke me up this morning. I'm sorry, I'm just so wiped. It's been a long weekend, but this makes the rest of your week just so much easier because you prep staples for the week all together, and then you just have food ready to take out of your fridge all week long, and it's a breeze, and you get amazing food every single night. It's like beautifully curated dinners for the entire family. So yeah.
Okay, so are the onions for flavor or to be eaten with the chicken?
Both. So I like roasting them whole. If you don't like eating whole onions that are roasted, you can totally do less. And that's the other thing with these meal preps is like, it's basically just like a base to get you started, but then change up anything to make it work for you. So if you don't like eating whole onions, I love a good roasted onion. I also love roasted garlic, as you guys know, but like totally do less if you want to do less. The chickens also we're using for 2 different dinners. That's why we're making 2, because for 2 different nights. But yeah, switch it up any way you want. What I'm doing right now is peeling the carrots. The recipe calls for carrots and parsnips. My store didn't have parsnips, so I'm just using double the amount of carrots. And as Danielle knows, last week I ordered carrots online. Do you remember that? That was insane.
And it was perfect because that was the one ingredient I didn't have.
Oh my God.
Run to the store,
Yep.
and instead I come over.
I was like, Danielle, come over, take my carrots right now. I had 3 5-pound bags of carrots. Okay, that is 15 pounds of carrots. Ridiculous amount of carrots. So I'm happy to use those up tonight. So omit the parsnip if you can't find them, or use all parsnip. Use any root vegetable you want. We're just gonna cut them into little bite-sized pieces. That's it.
And Dini,
Yeah.
how do we find out what the seasoning is?
Which seasoning?
Or any of the seasoning sauces for this dish. If I want it.
Oh, recipes and yeah,
Yes,
everything is all prepandrally.com. So as I showed you guys, I don't know if you, I'll show you one more time if we did it on the last video that we ended up having to shut that video off. But here's what we're doing. We're prepping staples for the week to make this one night for dinner, this picadillo, beef picadillo bowl, fajitas, and these pizzas. Grocery lists are on here. So if you head to prepandrally.com, you subscribe. Right now, if you put in code SAVE20 and then the %sign, you get 20% off of your order going on through Tuesday. So on here, this is kind of what we're doing tonight. We go through all these individual recipes to come up with this total prep. So it's 7 or 8 recipes in total. And then all the recipes are here that we're going through tonight. So follow along your PDF if you are a subscriber. And if you're not, sign up and then you log in and you get access to all these PDFs. And then all the way at the bottom, I show you how to take all those staples and assemble them into really amazing, unique meals all week long. All right. So to all my newbies here, welcome. And we're so excited to have you. And yes, I can't wait for you guys to start having a calm, stress-free, easy, amazing week. Okay. It's going to change your life, I promise. All right, so right now we have our onions in there. We have our carrots that I've just peeled.
Guys, this is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? It's just so like harvesty. Like I think any root vegetable this time of year is just so
what
nice.
other root vegetables would you use?
You could do parsnip, you could do turnips, rutabaga. I frankly would just take whatever, if you have some stuff in your fridge, throw it in there. Yes, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Even if you have like baby carrots, like sitting in your fridge, you could totally do it with that. And a spatchcock chicken is just the greatest thing to know how to make because you could do this on a Friday night. You could do this any weekday. It's just a great staple recipe. And that's the thing. Print out these PDFs and save them, or at least download them to your computer, because we keep around 4 up at any given time, and then we take them down. So make sure you're saving them to your computer and or printing them out, because I want you guys to keep these. That's what you're paying for. So you're paying to get access to these PDFs. So be sure to take those and save them. So I'm just quartering some lemons here, and lemons are so good. Do as many or as little as you like. You don't need as many as I called for here. So totally up to you. That's what's fun about this. Make it your own.
Over.
Yeah, that's all we're doing. I'm just squeezing. You know what? I'm just going to use 2 because my chickens are kind of small and my baking sheet's a little bit tight.
How long do we expect this prep to take? They all kind of vary a little bit.
Yeah, it's between like an hour to hour and a half, I say. But we could usually zip right through. It also depends on how much pre-prep you do. So if you pre-cut all of your onions earlier, that would save you a ton of time, because we have like 6 onions over there that we got to get through. It also depends on how fast your knife skills are. So a lot of different variables. If you guys want me to slow down at any point, definitely shout it out and let me know. I could always slow down.
We have some comments.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandy loves the garlic confit. She
Yay!
says it's a game changer. Uses it all
Ooh!
the
Oh my
time.
God, isn't that so yummy? It gets so sweet. Yay! I'm so happy.
Other people are shouting you out for turning these live preps into a subscription service.
Oh, guys, love you all. Thank you.
And
so nice.
for people who just joined, we're making this week's meal prep.
Yes, Meal Prep 8. Prepandrally.com is where you can go to get all the recipes and ingredients, grocery lists. You get access to everything we're doing here tonight. You can join us next week.
This is currently the spatchcock chicken.
Spatchcock chicken. I just seasoned it with a little bit of salt. We're going to do the same seasoning on the other side as well. Doing some paprika here. You want to get on those vegetables as well. Don't forget to season those too. And some onion powder and garlic powder. Like, it doesn't get easier than that. All right. And then we're going to do the opposite side. Because whenever you're seasoning one side, you always got to season the other. All right. Don't you hate that when it gets like...
When it gets clumpy?
Mm-hmm. Say goodbye. Okay, let's just do more garlic powder. I happen to like, so a lot of times when I order online, that's the problem with ordering online, is that sometimes you order things that are not correct. So a lot of times I'll order garlic powders when really I want the granulated garlic or granulated onion. Makes a big difference because it's like granules. It's like pieces of it rather than this, which is like powder. This looks like flour.
And usually you enjoy using the granules.
I like granules, yes, because you could control it more. Plus, it doesn't get like clumpy. Like if you're putting this into we're seasoning the other side right here. If you were putting this into a sauce or something, it would be very hard to whisk in that powdered onion powder. I also like the flavor of the granulated. So whenever you can get granulated, I recommend the granulated instead. All right, so I know it doesn't look that pretty, but this is how you get a nice crispy chicken. So just season it inside just so you get a really good flavor all throughout this chicken. And you always want to season all sides. Really anything. Whenever you're cooking, like all layers. And if you can, sneak a little lemon underneath there, more power to you. Why not, right? It just gives some extra flavor under there. Kind of like if you were stuffing a whole bird to roast it. It just gives extra flavor. All right, so last thing we're going to do is drizzle with some olive oil. And make sure you get those vegetables as well. And just give a little toss around. Is everyone doing well? Everyone's good?
Apparently, it almost
Beautiful.
looks like a Portuguese chicken called peri peri.
Oh, peri peri. I love peri peri. Love that. That's so true. What else is in a peri peri? I feel like there's more though. No? Is there like curry in that? Let me know. I
Real
love that.
Benjamin, if you want to.
Yeah, are you from Portugal, Real Benjamin? How fun. Because I've heard of a peri peri, and I feel like I've made one before, but I don't remember what exactly is in it.
If you're hungry and you're annoyed you're watching this live while hungry, well, then take out your ingredients and join us.
Join us! Head to prepandrally.com and subscribe. All right, this is going into the oven, 425. It's going to roast for like, I say 60 minutes or so, but it really depends on the size of your chicken. I have pretty small chickens here today, so I'm just going to set my timer for like 40 minutes. And we'll see how it is after that. All right, it's all about testing as you go. So, hang on one sec. I'll just give a tiny little wipe to my board. I always like to, first of all, I always cook with a little garbage can right by my station, just so that you could pop things in there real quick. And then a towel over here as well. And that saves a lot of back and forth to the trash and to wipe things down. So it's always good to give yourself a nice little clean workstation before you start the next thing. And then you don't end up with like a massive mess at the end. So it's my little hack in life. All right, is everyone good? Ready to go on to our eggplant? I think that's next, right?
For all the people that wish they had the ingredients to cook along, you can join us next week.
Yes.
Same time,
Yes.
every Sunday, and just join the squad at prepandrally.com.
Exactly, and you get access to all of these PDFs. You could totally tune in for next week, or you could even subscribe now, and you could even prep this till tomorrow and be right on track to have tomorrow night's dinner. You can make this really whenever. All right, so we're gonna get started on the eggplant here. So I have another baking sheet set up, ready to go, and we're going to, I've already pre-washed these during the pre-prep, so if you've not done so yet, give them a quick little rinse. Just cut off the tops of it. I love eggplant. I don't know about you guys, but I'm obsessed, especially on a grill. I love grilling eggplant, but even roasting, it just gets so yummy. crispy.
We have a comment about the chicken.
Yeah.
That someone saves the backbones for cooking chicken soup.
Yes.
Great idea.
So smart. I always tell people to do that. And if you do know how to like butcher your own chicken and make like a whole chicken into eighths, I always recommend doing that because you save a lot of money. They charge more for actually having it cut, pre-cut at the store. Plus you get to save the necks and the backbones and everything else for your chicken soup. And if you guys still have leftover turkey from Thanksgiving, save that like carcass as well and throw that in your chicken soup. It's going to give it such amazing flavor.
And
So.
if someone has fire roasted tomatoes instead of just regular diced tomatoes.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's totally fine. That's great. So I basically just cut this into triangles. I'll show you what I did one more time. But you could cut these any way you want, honestly. And I said to do 2 baking sheets, but I'm probably just going to do one for now. Maybe I'll just omit one just for time's sake. Maybe I will. We'll see. Okay, so here I just cut it in half. So basically you take this, cut it in half, just like so. And if you want to do these little triangles, so you cut it in half and then cut it in half one more time. And then just cut thin little triangles. All right, if you don't have a chef's knife, I recommend getting one tomorrow, Cyber Monday. I have a lot linked on my shop section in my highlights. So I think I have like 2 of my favorite ones on there. But so good to have, especially if you're just starting to prep with us. A good baking sheet like that one in the shop section that I have, that USA pan, extra large pan. It's so good. It's so useful. I use mine multiple times a day. And a good knife and a good cutting board. I wish I had more of these prep and rally boards that I could sell. My dad and I actually made this together. My dad is super handy and crafty. Big shout out to you, Dad. He's actually in South Africa right now. So if you're watching from South Africa, you may be sleeping. I don't know what the time difference is. Is it like 10 hours there? I'm not sure. But he's super talented and we made this cutting board together, which I love. So maybe one day, if anybody wants a prep and rally cutting board, let me know and we can arrange it.
Guys, let's gauge interest.
Yeah,
What
right?
makes a good cutting board in general? Is there anything you look for?
So I have some of those like cheapy plastic ones for like cutting chicken, and I have some that are like I use specifically for like cutting produce. But I just like a butcher block like this. The booze block is great. It's a little annoying because you have to hand wash them because they're wood, but like a nice sturdy, heavy cutting board, especially if you know you're gonna have like a long cooking session, it's worth it to take it out. It's just worth it. Okay, so I said to use 2 baking sheets. I had only set up one for myself here. I should set up another one, but should we do that? I guess we could. Why not?
Yes, they make great gifts.
Cutting boards? Yes, totally. They really do. Okay, hang on one sec. Let me just get some parchment. And we don't want to be on here forever. Oh, also, Danielle, the video after an hour, so Instagram videos just go for an hour, as you know. So after an hour, guys, we're gonna, it's gonna shut off, and then we're gonna restart a new video if we go into the second hour, which I feel like we may. Not sure how long. Does it say how long it's been already so far? Or no?
It has no. It does not.
No.
No.
Okay. So I guess we'll see.
So we have lots of interest in prep and rally cutting boards.
No way! Ooh, love it.
Oh, someone's registering for their wedding next year and would
Aww.
love tips of good things to have in their kitchen.
That's fun. I get that question all the time. So seriously, head to the shop section on my highlights in my profile. Lots of goodies on there that I have linked, things that I have, things that I really recommend, that I love. Also on prepandrally.com, there's a whole like ready to rally, I think I call it. There's like lots of blog posts on there with links to lots of my favorite products. Plus there is a holiday gift guide that Danielle and I just worked on with lots of other great products. Some from Tastemade and like a cast iron skillet and stasher bags or really great storage containers for meal prep. So lots of goodies on there. So head to prepandrally.com, check out the blog.
Great gifts for other people, but also just for yourself.
Totally, gift yourself. I just went on tastemade.com actually the other day. They had a great sale on these Staub, like matte black, like skillets. Not skillet, they're like baking dishes. But they were so cool looking and such great sizes. I ordered 2 of them. They were on sale for like $40 for both of them. They're normally like $200. So I jumped on it because they're also great for photography. So you guys are going to be seeing them real soon.
And guys, there's still Cyber Monday sales going on through
Yes.
now, so any of this stuff you want to get.
Definitely recommend doing buying this stuff now, for sure. Like I'm so not a sucker for Cyber Monday or like Black Friday. It's so much pressure, right? Don't you feel so much pressure to shop? I don't like it. But then again, you tell yourself like, okay, but yeah, you go around the stores, everything's 30% off. That never happens. Like the sales are much bigger than they ever are. So it's really worth it.
What are you guys buying? Any kitchen stuff that people are buying this Cyber Monday?
Yeah, what are you guys all investing in? I mean, I just did some like presents for the kids. I got some stuff for Mike. It's all like our birthday season and our anniversary's coming up soon and Hanukkah and Andy's birthday soon. So I just did some stuff like that.
And it's Deanie's birthday soon.
Woo, woo, woo. I'm gonna be 30. I'm gonna cry.
Guys, I'm just gonna introduce myself. Again, people who don't
Yes.
know, I'm Danielle.
Mike sounds today.
Yes,
we have
yes,
Danielle
yes,
here. Yeah, we got started to we have to restart the video, but Danielle is here today. Danielle works with me now. She's awesome, and she's been doing some social media stuff with me, scheduling calendars. She's amazing, and
Thank you. And we're both working mamas, just trying to juggle
yes,
it all.
it's so true, 100%. She has this cute little boy, Ollie. He's so sweet. He's the cutest thing.
But they're all with their daddy.
Yes.
Daddies.
Thank goodness. Mama's off duty, which is why Danielle's also having her wine. I hope you guys are all drinking your wine tonight. Don't let me down, guys. Don't let me down. All right, rinsing my hands. I'm gonna pop this in the oven.
What's the oven temperature at?
425. So your same oven as your chicken. If you do have two ovens, throw them both in at the same time. Otherwise, you could just do one at a time. The eggplant's not gonna take very long. All right. So it should be in there about 20, 30 minutes, depending on how thin you cut your eggplant. So let those roast away, and we're gonna get started on the beef picadillo bowls. You guys ready?
Yeah, we have a quick question. Is eggplant going with meat or dairy meals?
So I say do it on par of baking sheets because you're gonna be putting them on pizzas and you're gonna be putting them in your beef picadillo bowls. So
par of baking sheets.
Par of baking sheets, exactly.
And we haven't gotten to the tomatoes yet, guys. So
Exactly. We're gonna do that now. That's right here. And I'm curious, how many of you guys shop in stores versus online? I'm very curious because I do everything on Amazon Prime now because it is so easy. It shows up at my door, and then I run out for like a few things of like meat, or if like they didn't have mangoes on Amazon Prime now, so I just went out to get those today. But it takes me 2 minutes to run into the store. I did it while the kids were napping in the car with Mike, and I ran in, took 5 minutes, and it's easy. So
we're putting split by
curious.
store and online.
Yeah?
Oh, and order pickup. Interesting. Good option.
Order
too.
pickup, that is a good idea. You just save so much time because when you think about all the time you spend running around the grocery store, like it's crazy how much time that is. Okay, so I have a medium like meat pot here, and we're gonna get started on our beef picadillo bowls. So I have 1 green pepper, and you could use any pepper you like, but I like to use green here. And everyone's always like so surprised how I do that, but I just basically cut around these little seeds.
Look how perfect that
And
is.
it opens up like that, and it makes it just really, really easy. Splay it open, kind of like your spatchcock chicken. There's a theme here. I have a little bit of olive oil I'm putting into my little pot, and you're basically just gonna cut. Can you see?
Yes.
You good? Just gonna cut like little strips here, and then turn it the other way and cut it again. So you kind of have like little cubes. You guys are gonna love this meat. I can't wait for you guys to try it.
What meat is this again?
It's called a beef picadillo. It's kind of like a Cuban style dish. Definitely has that Latin flavor that I fell in love with in Miami.
It's already smelling so good.
Oh, right?
Just
Onions,
good.
peppers, that's like my favorite.
Oh, yeah, the onions in the oven.
Yes.
Guys. If you're cooking with us, it smells delicious.
Smelling good. I told Danielle, come hungry. So this is Danielle's first meal prep with us, guys. So
And
say
I will
hi.
be prepping for my family tomorrow.
She's been doing it, and she's been loving it. She's also a working mom, and it's a game changer, right, Danielle?
For me, what's really a game changer is the fact that it's sophisticated meals.
Right.
There's lots of ingredients, there's herbs, and it's not something I would normally throw together in even an hour on
Exactly,
a weekday.
100%.
And they're every night, and they're delicious. And you can have guests over, and they'll tell you everything.
Yes, the number of people that told me like they're never able to just have impromptu guests just come for dinner, and they're able to do that now because
we're doing it this week
they're
for the
set
night
up.
of the fajitas. 'Cause they
Love
look
it.
Delicious, and I
Yes.
thought, like, it's gonna be so much fun.
100%. You could totally entertain. Plus, you end up, even if you never do the actual meal prep, just ending up with all these recipes. You get 8 or so new recipes every single week. So it's basically a cookbook that you just either print out or store on your computer. And it just keeps accumulating, and you end up with amazing recipes that you could use really whenever. So we have our 1 pepper in here that we're just sauteing in a little bit of olive oil or any oil you like. 1 onion that I just peeled, cut in half, and I always like to show how I do this. Just cut in here, but don't go all the way through to the end. Turn it, and then cut this direction. You're gonna learn a lot, Danielle. Mike always says he learns so much. He knows all these. He's so not a cook, but he learns a lot from.
This is what I need. My husband
just
does
watching
most
me.
of the. Shout out to Brock. My husband does
Yeah.
most of the chopping and
Chopping and
cooking
dicing?
Yeah, I'm just not quick at it, and I need to learn.
The thing is, once you actually learn how to do it and you have the proper equipment to do so, it's just fun. I find it to be so relaxing and enjoyable cutting. I'm obsessed.
Okay, guys, are you more like me, where cutting gives you anxiety, or are you like Beanie, where she loves it and finds it stress-free?
Exactly. I feel like a lot of people find it stressful because they don't know the right way to do it. And also, it just takes practice. It's like, I remember the first time my dad told me to curl my hands like this, and my hands were like that the whole time I was cutting. He's like, turn your hands in, you're going to chop your fingers off. And it was so awkward to feel, he kept saying, hold like a ball. Pretend like you're holding a ball. So your fingertips are pointing inwards. And he kept saying, you have to do that, otherwise you're going to chop your fingers off. And it didn't feel natural. It was the most awkward thing in the world. But like anything, you just practice, practice, practice.
But that's good technique, guys.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. And you're supposed to rest your knife on this little knuckle here. And that way, all your fingertips are pointed in. You don't even have to look because you're just sliding along and you know that this is guiding you. Exactly. So here, I don't even have to look because you know that it's guiding it and it's not going to go past that finger. At this point, I just chop it up like this. But
guys, would anyone ever be interested in Beanie tutorials, like how to cut and stuff like that?
yeah, I feel like we get that question a lot, but I need to actually do it. But you know what I was thinking?
Not that, she's quite busy, guys.
No. But we really should, though. It's such a good idea to do a little mini series.
And yes, for the person who commented that Mike can't stay away, he is watching.
Yay! Hi, Mikey. We love you. Mike is with the girls. We didn't kick Mike out at all. I miss you, Mike. Mike is awesome, but it's just hard finding something to do with the kids, especially when it gets dark at night. Normally we're sending them to the park because we're on Pacific time. So, yeah, we were sending them to the park for a while, but now it's so dark in the park, so we don't really know what to do with them. So Mike is hanging out with the girlies, and we get Danielle.
Guys, let's see what
Danielle's awesome.
like.
So we have onions, pepper, sauteing, bump it up to high heat. You want to work high heat here. All right, let those get nice and caramelized. I put a little bit of salt in there as always. Whenever I saute any onions, I always add some salt, and it helps caramelize that even faster.
Pepper as well?
Just salt. You could do pepper if you want, but the salt is what brings out the moisture and helps get them nice and golden and caramelized pretty quickly. All right, so the next thing to go in here, first of all, we're going to do some garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, which I have. Beautiful, thank you. And you guys are going to love these flavors. The olives, the tomato, the salty capers, and then you have the parsley. It's my favorite dish ever. So good. All right, so I have some garlic here. You could use the cubes if you guys like. I know you guys love the cubes. You could totally use cubes. Otherwise, just give your little garlic a little whack like that, and then out it comes. And I love fresh garlic. There's nothing like it. So I have 2 cloves of garlic here. Oh, I almost forgot half of you. Sorry. And I have to cut off that little nugget at the bottom because it's kind of tough. All right. Keep an eye on those onions. Give them a nice little saute. All right, and that's it. Just chop up your garlic. It doesn't have to be too finely minced because you are cooking it. If it were for a salad dressing, I would say to go even smaller or mince it finely, but here you're cooking it out, so you're good. Just give it a rough chop with your knife, and we're gonna throw it in. Lovely. Is everyone good? We all up to speed? I cannot wait to start a full week of school with food in the fridge. Oh my goodness. So next week it's Hanukkah. I can't believe it. What are you guys doing for Hanukkah present? For anyone who has hands to actually type if you're not cooking, I would love to know what you're getting your kids, your spouses for the holiday, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. I would love to know because I find presents to be hard, especially for you, Mike, because Mike He doesn't verbalize what he wants. He'll never say like, oh, I'm dying for a so-and-so. He just isn't like that. I do that all the time. Like, oh, I wish I had had this. I feel like I'm constantly saying a million different things that I want.
I basically
Right?
got to the point where I just either say exactly what I want or get it for
Or
myself.
just get it for yourself. Exactly. Love it.
And we're off to bed this year, which is a lot easier because we have Hanukkah, his birthday and anniversary all within the
Oh my
month.
gosh. Yeah.
That's
a lot.
Another question
That is a
about
lot.
your knife.
Yes. This is, by the way, I just put oregano in here, and I'm going to put cumin in there as well right now. Just saute that around. The garlic's in there as well. This knife, I'm pretty sure I have these linked in my shop section as well, in my highlights. They're Schmidt Brothers. The Schmidt Brothers brand.
And this is a chef's knife?
Yeah, so this is a chef's knife. You could buy a knife set, which is what I did when I got married. I'm like, oh, I need a whole set. And it comes with like 15 different steak knives that you never use and things that you really never use. Like I swear, I never use half the knives that I own. I use a chef's knife for everything. Even things that you're supposed to use a paring knife for, like segmenting oranges, things like that. I'm constantly just using, I love a chef's knife.
So then if you only need
Love it.
one, you can spend more on one.
Exactly. Spend the $100, $150. You don't have to spend that much. Even this, like they're not so expensive. It's just about having a good sharp knife. It doesn't have to be so fancy or high maintenance.
So we have some options. I think these are great, especially for men.
Ooh, yes.
Women too.
Yeah.
Apple AirPods.
So he has those,
Okay.
but good one. I gave him mine
a
because he's
smartwatch.
always on his phone.
And a smartwatch, which he also
Okay.
made.
So smartphone is funny because
Smartwatch.
I'm putting my meat in here, by the way,
Yes,
and I'm just
guys.
gonna mix it around and brown it. So just break it up and let it get nice and brown on all sides. Okay. And then season up with a little bit more salt. I already did my oregano, my cumin, and yeah. And then after we saute this a little bit and brown it, we're gonna add in the rest and let it cook. All right. So while I'm breaking this up, the Apple Watch, we just went to like a comedy show, which was hilarious. Huge shout out to Elon Gold, who's like one of the funniest, right? You know him also.
God, he's amazing.
He makes me pee in my pants. I'm sorry, he's the funniest. So we went to his like Thanksgiving, like pre-Thanksgiving show, and this other guy that was there, I'm blanking on his name, such a funny comedian who closed the show, talking about an Apple Watch, how it's like, why would you waste money on an Apple Watch when it's, you only got half of a text, or you get a quarter of your email. Like, it's a little prelude to what you have exactly like right here. Why are you wasting your time on something to get half of the information that's right here because you're too lazy to go a little bit farther into your pocket? So it was just really funny. But I don't really see the benefit of the Apple Watch. I don't get it. So if you guys know why we need it, I'm totally open to hearing. Because Mike does like gadgets. So
yeah, guys, if you are pro Apple Watch.
yes, let me know.
I think a lot of people love it for like the fitness tracking, the fact that you don't need.
But they have it on the
separate-
iPhone now. They
Right,
track
but
your
the
steps,
idea is
doesn't
that
it?
you can just see it all, whatever, in one place. No, the iPhone tracks your steps, but don't you still need something something on you or no?
No, Mike just showed me there's like a health section on your iPhone and it tracks your steps. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, guys. I'm a little behind the times.
Yeah, no, I saw him also. He taught me. He's older than me, but he's like way more in the know. But yeah, if you guys have any other good gift options, let me know. Because I always end up doing clothing. I don't know what to do.
Someone said, like kind of in the vein of clothing, shoes, Cole Haan 0 brands. I know, my brother-in-law
Okay.
loves those. Those are the ones that like have the sneaker cushion, but they're
Super comfy. Is that the whole
Yeah,
thing? Cole Haans
exactly.
are always comfortable.
But they're like work shoes.
Cool. Okay. I like practical things. Like I feel like I always end up doing like clothing or shoes because I feel like it's just good and practical. Everyone could use some new stuff. Why not? Like a cute sweater. Okay, guys. So I'm breaking this up. You see? So it's basically almost all cooked out. It's a little bit pink less. So just keep breaking that up so you don't have any like big clumps of meat. And then we're gonna throw in our capers that we have right here.
Small jar.
Yeah, like a tablespoon or so. So I'm just gonna pour off some of the liquid and throw those in. They're so good. It's a little bit more.
We
They just
agree
give
with you,
like,
Shayna, that the spices smell amazing.
right? I feel like a lot of times people are just scared to use spices, but they add such amazing flavor. And that's what I hope to always do is introduce you guys to just new cuisines, new flavors, because I feel like we get so sick of like the pizza for dinner rut or the taco night or the, you know, this is like something different all the time, which sometimes could be a little bit challenging for kids because kids are always tricky to feed. But I think my kids eat so beautifully because I specifically I'm always switching things up. So they're always trying Prep and Wally, new meal prep. They're so funny.
And guys, to know what the newest meal prep is and what Deanie keeps referencing is
prepandrally.com. So head to prepandrally.com. On there, you subscribe, and then you get access to these printable PDFs, which have a brand new menu every single week, 4 different dinners, Monday through Thursday. And what we're doing tonight, here's your grocery list for today, and then here's what we're assembling tonight and storing everything in the fridge. And then I show you all the recipes, which is what we're going through right now. And at the end, how to assemble those staples that are in your fridge after tonight into the best dinners of your life.
Yeah.
Of the entire life.
So here we have the tomatoes in there.
Tomatoes are in here. We have our chicken already in the oven. This is the beef picadillo that we're working on right now. We have eggplant in the oven, so make sure you keep an eye on those as well.
About how long?
The eggplant's around like 30 minutes or so.
So less than the chicken, that's why it went in after.
Exactly. And then the chicken, depending on how big it is, could be anywhere between like 50 minutes, 60 minutes. But you'll see when it's nice and golden brown. It'll be good. All right, so we have our tomatoes in here. Then we have some olives. I told you guys to get the pimento stuffed ones because they're so good like that, but my store didn't have, so I'm just going with straight up green, which I'm totally okay with. Doesn't make a huge difference.
Great if that's what you have in your pantry already.
Exactly. Use whatever you got. I'm all about, like, I don't even like putting like 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, because it depends. You know, and everyone likes things a different way. So all these meal plans, everything is always completely up to you, how you want to serve it. All customizable.
Speaking of ratios of
Yeah.
things, is it supposed to be a large ratio of tomatoes to beef? Because someone's not sure if they had enough beef. They thought they had a pound, but it's looking like a little bit.
No, you should be fine. You can always taste if you think you want more tomato. Just taste it. Once it's
guys,
cooked,
when in
you can
doubt,
always just taste and use your, totally use your discretion, whatever you enjoy. Completely up to you how you like it, but you could, like, I have more tomato here. I could totally add more tomatoes right now. Why not? I like it kind of tomatoey. Totally your call. All right, so give it a mix around, and then we're gonna let this cook for about 25 minutes or so, just to get all those flavors really blended together. I'm gonna add a little bit more cumin. I added some in the beginning. Let's do a little bit more here. Like it nice and flavorful. We already added a nice amount of oregano, and we're good. So this is gonna cook out. I'm gonna cover it, and we'll just let it do its thing. All right, and then we'll get going on our rice. I think that's next. At the end, that's when we're gonna add in our parsley to give it some nice fresh flavor at the end. Okay, so let's move this over there. And move this guy over here and bring these guys closer so everyone could see. All right, so I want to leave it on like medium heat. You want it to keep cooking, so make sure you always see something boiling or something going on. All right. It doesn't say how long the video, how much more we have left.
No, it's
Really?
Yeah.
Or how much time it's been so far?
No.
All right, if and when the video does cut out,
We will be back.
yeah, exactly. We'll start a new video. What time is it? 6:30.
Oh, so it's been.
But then again, we had
Right.
to restart it, but probably should be soon. But if the video does cut out, come back right away, because then we'll start the next portion, and we don't have that much more to do. Okay? So let's get going on our coconut rice, and then we're gonna do our caramelized onions. So coconut rice right here. Let me just do it. I guess we'll do it right here. Okay. I have my water here. So I already have my water in the pot for all the exact measurements. Be sure to head to prepandrally.com, download your PDF, and follow along the recipes over there. All right. And again, I'm going to repeat again, save 20 and then the percent sign. You can save 20% on your subscriptions going until Tuesday morning. So be sure to jump on that deal, because we don't do them often. So be sure to jump on it. All right. And you guys get 20% off your subscription for a year, 6 months, or a month, and all subscriptions are recurring. So you could join us every single week, and we get through the week with ease, and we save a ton of money because we're constantly repurposing different things. We're making 2 spatchcock chickens, and we're using them in 2 totally different ways throughout the week. We're making a double batch of the eggplant, using it in 2 different dinners, but in completely different ways. It's all thought out. All thought out.
And guys, it's meant to be for a family of 4.
Exactly.
However, my husband and I, for just the two of us. Our son doesn't eat real food
Right.
yet. And we end up sometimes having leftover for the weekend.
Or you have friends over, you said.
We have friends over. Like, it always ends up getting eaten.
Or for lunches. Or you could always cut it in half. If you have a family of 8, you could always double it. If you have a family of 4, a family of 2, you could always have it. We're a family of 4, but I have 2 young kids, so they eat like 1 human, I guess. But then again, we send stuff for lunch. Mike takes stuff for lunch. I end up eating it all week long because I'm home. So it's really great. It really gets us through the week. So I just added my coconut milk, my water, and my salt in here. You guys can measure if you want. I just hate measuring. Okay. And my brown rice. So if you were doing this with white rice, just adjust it, or just make like a regular white rice and like swap in some of the coconut for the water. And then just give this a little mixy poo. Just mix it around a tiny bit. And what the coconut does is it makes it just so like luscious. It just makes it so rich and yummy. I'm obsessed with it. So definitely try this out if you have not done it yet. The black beans we're going to add in at the end. We're going to mix that in.
Okay, so we have a bunch of new people who just joined us.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome.
What are we doing?
All right, so we're doing meal prep number 8. PrepandRally.com is where you can get all the recipes. We're meal prepping for the week together, prepping 8 staples right now. So we have a spatchcock chicken in the oven. We have eggplant in here that we're keeping an eye on. And beef picadillo that's going on right over here. Coconut rice we're bringing up to a boil right now. And then we're going to lower it to a simmer and cover it and let it cook down for like 30 or 40 minutes or so until all the liquid is absorbed and the rice is nice and fluffy and delicious. All right, so welcome everyone. Feel free to shout out with any questions. And yeah, are we all up to speed? Everyone good? Everyone caught up?
About the changes for white rice. So more coconut milk.
Tricky. So this one I only tested it for the brown rice, but I know I sent somebody a link. If you Google like coconut rice, you'll likely find a recipe for a white rice one. You could totally use that. Or you could just take a regular white rice. Let's see, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's like 6. This is like 2 to 6. You're gonna need less. I would just make white rice like you normally do, but just add in a splash of the coconut. That's what I would do.
And does the coconut milk give it a coconutty taste?
It does a little bit, but it makes it just like creamy and yummy. But you could also just mix it a little bit in at the end. But I would just swap out some of the regular, like some of the water with the coconut if you're doing a white rice. So just follow your package ingredients, also your package instructions. Also, a lot of times white rice, you could also buy some that are like parboiled. It gets very confusing. You want to just get like a straight up either white rice or like a long grain brown rice, which is what I'm using here. Because it all takes different amounts of liquid. And you guys know my quinoa trick. I have my quinoa trick that it's a different amount of water than every single package. Instead of doing 1 to 2 cups of water, 1 to 1 3/4 cups of water. So it just depends on how you like it also. Like if you like it kind of more mushy or if you like it a little bit fluffier, it's totally your call. But this recipe I tested out for the brown, so I can't speak exactly to the white, but it's definitely doable. Follow your instructions on your package and then just swap in some of the, do like half the amount of coconut to water, but add like a little bit extra coconut.
And guys, it's not necessary. If you don't want to use coconut milk, you could just make it regular with water.
Totally, 100%.
There's no real substitute for the coconut milk.
Yeah, you could totally do your regular white rice. Also, if you're like counting calories or if you don't want to make it more fattening with the coconut milk because it does add like a little bit of fat, but it makes it so good. But it's totally your call. Totally make like regular rice if you prefer. All right, and the next thing, while that's coming up to a boil, first of all, the beef picadillo, make sure you keep an eye on everything. It's smelling so stinking good. Are you guys dying in your kitchen right now? I'm like getting so hungry. Danielle's like, I'm so hungry, feed me. We're gonna have like a little food fest afterwards.
Wine for now, guys.
So excited, exactly. Wine first. It's actually the best way to do it.
We have a question.
Yeah.
Is long grain brown rice and whole grain brown rice the same?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why they would say whole grain brown rice, but whole grain and You said long grain brown rice?
And whole grain brown rice.
And whole grain, same thing. Brown rice is brown rice. It just means that they didn't take out the outer layer, which is what makes it brown and has all the fiber and really good stuff in it for you. Okay, so here we go. In a portive pot, if you care, that's where I'm going to be sauteing these onions. We're basically making nice caramelized onions here. So if you are not wearing contacts, I apologize in advance. Your eyes are going to kill you. You could skip this if you want. You could also make pickled onions, which I think I have on DeanieKlein.com. There's a recipe for pickled onions if you prefer that. They're for the beef picadillo bowls and also for the pizzas at the end of the week, which is why we're using a para pan. So,
I actually have onion goggles.
but caramelized. Oh no, you actually do?
I have them.
No way.
We
I
got
just
them
saw them
for
on
our
Taste
wedding.
Made. They're hilarious. I didn't realize there was such a thing.
I
It's brilliant.
actually use them.
No
and
way.
I wear glasses. The glasses are not
Oh my
the
god.
same.
No. Contacts.
And contacts even also doesn't help.
So I've never had an issue with contacts. When I was doing those red onion, that was like the first time I ever felt anything with contacts. But yeah, oh my god, when I'm wearing my glasses, I mean, I did a recording for you guys, I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago on YouTube. I was dying from cutting the onions with my glasses on. I was dying. Oh my god, I couldn't. I don't know how people do it. But with contacts, it definitely helps a lot. All right, so I'm just peeling each onion, cutting it in half, and then just thinly slicing like this. Again, using your proper little knife skills.
And guys, quickly, if you missed it, the tomatoes go in the beef
Picadillo.
point.
Oh yeah, I know, it's a little confusing because I said in the beginning, it was like a tiny little typo there. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. I do it towards the end. I first brown, I do the onions first with the garlic and the peppers, and then towards the end, once that's all sauteed and the meat is browned, that's when I add in the tomato. But you can't go too wrong with any of it. My rice is boiling, so right away you want to lower that down to a simmer, pop the lid on, and let it simmer away. Okay? Oh my god, it's going to be so good.
For those that feel like we are going a little quick,
Oh,
and
yes.
maybe falling behind, where are you guys at?
Yes, let me know. I could definitely repeat things or just slow down if you would like. So let us know what you guys need assistance with, or if we also take a tiny little break if you'd like for a second.
And Deanie, where can we find your recipes in general? Like
Yes.
for Susanio.
So I still have, DeanieKlein.com, which originally was DeanieDelivers.com. So DeanieKlein.com, DINIKLEIN.com. That's like just my, I guess, brand, like personality, like Deanie Klein brand page. So a lot of taste made videos were on there, different collaborations, older recipes, things that I've put on there for a while. PrepandRally.com is really just focused on meal prep, but really everything else is on DeanieKlein.com. So lots of random recipes are on there, some like fun articles. I definitely want to like get back to that as well and be able to update that simultaneously because I think that should be fun. There's lots of good stuff on there, and also things like chocolate truffle balls and like this Lara bar recipe and my almond date biscotti, which are so good. Or what I posted today on my Instagram feed, those almond pumpkin babka knots. Those are on there as well. So be sure to check out DeanieKlein.com. Lots of good stuff on there as well. All right, is everyone caught up? How are we all doing?
Yeah, guys, let us know. And then we do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter what oil you use to caramelize the onions? Someone ran out of olive oil and used avocado oil, and they came out more soft than caramelized. Do you
Really?
think that could be.
No, definitely not because of the oil. The only difference the oil would make is just like the smoke point. Avocado oil, I've been using it a lot lately. It's amazing because it has a high smoke point. That's like ideal to use for high temperature, like frying or sauteing. They're not supposed to be so caramelized. Like you're caramelized and so they soften a lot. You want them to be super soft and yummy. That's really what you're looking for here. You want them to break down a lot and just get like really sweet and soft and delicious. So that's really what you're looking for.
You did it right then.
Yeah, you totally did it right. They're supposed to taste sweet and soft and amazing. That's really what you're going for. You don't want them to be like crispy or like fried like that. You want them to like cook on kind of like low and slow and just break down, almost like when you're making onion soup. Onion soup takes a long time because you want to let those onions kind of sweat out all that liquid and just get nice and golden and caramelized.
So just a recap.
Break down.
We have onions caramelizing right here.
Yep.
Deanie is chopping more.
Exactly, thinly slicing them.
Coconut brown rice right
Right
here.
over there, on
And
like a
then
simmer. beef picadillo over there, looking good, looking so good.
And in the
Oven, we have our spatchcock chickens in there. Oh my God, yum, those look so good. And our eggplant.
And then if you don't have an oven big enough for everything, guys, you just take turns.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna do that one afterwards. They don't take that long. Or if you wanted, you could pop that other one. If you don't have enough room for all of them at the same time, you could totally pop that in your fridge and then just throw it right in the oven the night of, if you wanted to do that and not wait for it to come out of the oven. Totally up to you. All right, so just get all of your onions in there. Smells so good. And again, we're doing a lot of onions because we're using these in our, I think it's for the fajitas. Is it for the fajitas or the picadillo? I think the fajitas.
Yeah.
Right?
Fajitas, yeah.
So good. For the fajitas and the pizzas at the end of the week. It just adds such good flavor. And like a caramelized onion on a pizza is the best.
Yeah.
And all the hard work is done because Sunday you're doing everything.
So really you deserve pizza at the end of the week.
Exactly. Treat
we have a
yourself.
question.
Yeah.
If there's a way to access the videos to watch at their own pace. So we
Yes,
can pause.
exactly. So after this goes live, we are going to save it. It'll be saved on Instagram right here for 24 hours. But tonight, I'll have the video that I save as well, and I upload it to YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and search Deanie Klein, you can find all the videos there for all of the weeks. I think except for the first one. I wasn't able to upload the first one for some reason. It didn't let me do it. But all the other weeks are up there. So if you ever want to revisit an old meal prep, or if you just want to do it on your own time, there you can stop, you could pause. It's great. So head over there for all the videos, and I'll be uploading this one tonight as well.
And Deanie has not posted a story or live of knife skills. If you go to the beginning, you go earlier in this video, she does talk about some great knife skills.
Yes.
However, maybe one day she'll post a dedicated
Yeah,
video.
we really should. We really should, because I love cutting, and I think it's the most valuable thing you could learn in the kitchen because it just cuts your time in half. Like I see so many people, first of all, that don't own a chef's knife. They only own like a serrated knife that they're like sitting there like sawing at things for like an hour. That takes forever. You could cut your time in half. Seriously, by just knowing how to cut properly. And it's not so hard. It just takes time to, it takes practice, and you just gotta keep at it and know the right way to do it, and then keep correcting yourself, even though it feels awkward. Just like learning how to ride a bike.
And where's your apron from?
Ooh, I get that question all the time. The non-disposable brand, I think it's called. I should know at this point. I say it all the time. But they're they're great. It's this company that does everything like zero waste. So it's all made out of like one piece of fabric, as you guys can see. It's like...
And washable?
Yeah, I wash it. It's a linen, so it does get kind of wrinkly. But I wash it and then I just either steam it or iron it. I do want to get my little logo on here at some point, but I've just been so busy. I've had no time. I just added some salt into here because, as always, that's what I do with onions because it helps draw out the moisture and it helps get them nice and golden and broken down even faster. So let's do another onion here. I know it's a lot of onions, but trust me, they're going to break down like crazy. And you guys are going to love these.
Do your kids eat onions?
They will if it's in things. They won't like eat them plain, but like if they're on a pizza, oh my God. Totes. Because you don't really see them either. It's not like a big scary like green thing that like is popping out at you. They're just kind of on there, but you don't fully see them. They're so funny, those girls. I miss them. Mike, are you still watching? Mike's still on there. Is there a way to tell?
He hasn't commented in a while.
Mike, where
so
are
Mike,
you?
if you're there, let us know.
Let us know. Probably like being pulled a million directions from those little kiddos. Maybe they're out to dinner. They went to go have Chinese. They love Chinese food.
Oh, yeah?
They love that place. You know that vegan place, the Bodhi
Bodhi,
whatever?
yeah,
So good.
great.
So good. It's their favorite. They get dumplings, they call them.
Guys,
Dumplings.
this is vegan food. This is Deanie's
It's-
eating vegan
They love vegan Chinese. They get brown rice. They get dumplings. They call them dumplings. Jolie's obsessed. And so is Andy, but like I'm more shocked about Jolie. She loves the dumplings. And then they get something called pad see ew or something. It's some like pasta dish with broccoli and like the soy chicken. They're obsessed.
I feel like a
So
child because
funny.
every time, they're hard to pronounce and I feel
Yes.
like
I'm like pad see ew. Okay, yum. Okay, so I set my timer earlier just to be sure I can like make sure I track it. So I'm gonna add on like 12 minutes because I'm feeling crazy like that. We'll check it in 12 minutes. Why 12? I don't know. All right, onions are in here. Should we do one more? Let's do one more time. I'm gonna show you cut one more onion and then I wonder when the video is gonna cut out, but we're definitely gonna have to start a new video at some point soon to finish up. All we have to do left, ew, better, okay. All we have to do left is just make the slaw really quick and 2 different dressings. Easy, right? Okay, so top, bottom off. I make a little slit here through one of the rounds, and then you just peel it off with the tip of your knife. Comes right off. Boop. And take it, cut it in half. And then here I just, oh, I'm not doing doing a thin slice, not a dice. So even easier. So that's it, you just cut it this way. So you get those little half moons. Your fingers are curled in. And you could, what's amazing about curling your fingers in is you're controlling, this is what's moving and controlling how thick or thin. So if you're not moving that finger, you're staying right here. If you're moving it little bits, you're gonna get thin. If you're moving it big, you're gonna get big slices. So that's like your gauge. And that's what's guiding your knife. So you see, you can get like nice little thin slices that are all even. Ta-da! I love cutting. I could cut all day.
And we just keep adding onions to this
Yeah,
beautiful...
it's a lot. I know it's a lot, but so good. You're gonna love it. So that's it. All our onions are in here. If you guys are still like dying with your mounds of onions, especially if you're not wearing contacts, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're not as quick as Deanie, it's okay.
Yes, don't worry about it. I will take a sip of wine and wait a couple seconds, but all of our onions are in here. We have our rice cooking in our onion. I just put a little bit of salt, that's it. And this is just gonna break down and cook and just give it a mix around every so often, just so that nothing burns, but you should be good. A beef picadillo, we're gonna shut off in a couple minutes, but that is looking so good. You have like all those yummy flavors, like the...
It smells amazing.
Isn't that yummy? The tomato, and you have those like little briny bits from like the olives and the capers. It's so good. In the meantime, I'm gonna get everything over here for my coleslaw. So I have some shredded cabbage right here. You can buy pre-bought shredded. You could shred it yourself, totally your call. Let's chop up this parsley and throw it in our beef picadillo, because let's just do that right now.
And
Be done with it. Yeah.
What exactly are Spanish onions? Are they the same as sweet onions, yellow onions?
There's like all these different varieties, Vidalia and Spanish onion. It doesn't matter to me, honestly. An onion's an onion. So any of them work.
Just a white, yellow one, not
Exactly. A white one, not like a red/purple. What?
And
exactly.
Guys, if you want Deanie's knife and a lot of her kitchen essentials,
Yes.
you can find them at prepandrally.com.
Yep, in the blog section. Yes, look in the blog section. They're all in there. A lot of them are in there, but also in my profile and highlights. In the shop section in my highlights, I have a ton of my favorite products, and many of which are on sale this week. Yeah. Okay, parsley is chopped. I'm going to throw the parsley on top of my picadillo because now we are close to being done. Just throwing it on top. Look at those colors. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Such good flavors. Craziness. Okay, yum.
So, do you have a question
that
you won't be thrilled with?
What?
No,
What?
so if we can't get fresh parsley,
Oh.
then we try parsley flakes or frozen parsley cubes.
Yes.
What's
Okay.
the
Frozen
ratio?
is better than dry. I don't think dry parsley tastes anything like regular parsley. I never use dry parsley. I don't know why. I don't like it at all. If you want to use the frozen, definitely use like 5 cubes or something. That should work. But definitely frozen over dried
always add
for
more
sure.
when you
Exactly.
taste it, add more.
Adjust. If you want to really have that parsley flavor, add more. If you just want like little undertones of it, keep it less. Your call. This is your dog.
We have 1 more minute on this.
Oh, good.
video,
Perfect.
guys.
Oh, it tells you that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
Okay,
it's gonna
fine.
be a countdown now.
Beautiful. So I'm going to set up my stuff to make my coleslaw over here, and then the mojo sauce and the dressing that goes over the coleslaw. I'll set that up over here. Be sure to get yourself set up as well, and then meet us right back here, and we're going to finish those quick dressings that'll take no time, and then we'll basically have done an entire meal prep, which is like 8 or so staples for the week in, what, like an hour and 10, 15 minutes? Bomb. All right, meet us back here, guys, and we'll see you in a minute. Come on back.